What's up guys, San7 here, and this video was a lot of fun to make. Well, I'm going to go ahead and open and show you why Pumpkin Duke is the most valuable hero in the game. Now, it's a combination of Pumpkin Duke with some other guys, but here it goes. This is I'm Too Awesome, and I gotta say, I'm shocked that it was this quick of a raid. Now, what I'm going to do is tank with Pumpkin Duke. Sounds crazy, right? But all it's going to do, it's going to just rev him up, and he's going to get the Celebrate off over and over and over and over and over again, and it's going to stack. Here we go. So we drop the GA, then we're going to drop Frenzy, and then from there, they just go off. Watch Thunder God. When he procs, everything goes down. All the towers are down. All the heroes are gone. Gotta say, Guardians, they're great for absorption, but when it comes to raiding, well, they're just going to get my Celebrate all stacked up, and, well, we got a 26-second raid. That's just nuts, right? Alright, well, I'll show you what I'm working with. Go ahead and show you the altar. Basically, I've got every hero capped now. I'm waiting on honor badges. Next one I want to go level up is probably Pumpkin Duke. And, well, you got Spirit Mage. It's going to be 100,000 to get her up to 8 stars. Same thing with Thunder God. Same thing with Druid. And these are the 5 guys that I'm working with here. And there's Pumpkin Duke at 120. He's the next one. He's got to be. And you see Cupid sitting at 100. And I'd love to upgrade him next. It's called the baby. Love to upgrade the baby next, but you're going to have to wait. Now, what I've got is I did a couple tests on it. And also, join Ender. There's a little paid advertising for the guild Ender. All right. Well, 40,000 hit points for the wall. 35,500 for that town hall. And just using the 2 buffing heroes right here. What I'm going to do is drop them. And what Guardians do is basically, they're just watch the Celebrate go off again and again and again. Then we're going to drop the Frenzy. And then from there, well, just wait a second, because once those Guardians are dead, they just fly out. And watch Pumpkin Duke, he one-shots it. All right, I'm going to slow this down to half speed. Everything else you've seen has been ×1. Now, something to pay attention with Cupid. It says cooldown time. There is a cooldown time. What you'll see is when Cupid reaches full energy on her bar, or his bar, hold on, wait a second, and it's just going to stay there, and it's going to stay capped. You can see it just sitting there for a few seconds. Now, that cooldown time is there. Pumpkin Duke, it's not supposed to stack, but oh, he stacks. No question about it, because Pumpkin Duke's attack, you know, it's like right around 3,000. I got the numbers in a second, but he one-shots that, and that's 35,500 hit points. Now, here we got another one. Those walls, remember, 40,000, and, well, we're going to do the same thing. This is ×1 speed. Here we go. Just get the stacks up. And this is basically the core of my method to get through it. Now, this is at 0.125. Watch. One swing for 40,000 on that. Wow. And then Cupid, it takes 2 shots on that town hall, but look at the first shot. Look where the HP is. That's like between 32, 33, maybe a little over 33,000 damage from Cupid. And Cupid's attack, well, it's not that high, and I'll go through that in just a second. It's roughly, well, here you can see it again, and watch Cupid, the first shot right there. Watch the HP go all the way down. It's just that little sliver. And we'll go ahead and take a look at it, and that's basically about 15 times what their attack is. So multiply their attack times 15, and that number in the red on the right, 32,000, that's what their attack is hitting for. That's not even including when Thunder God procs. Now that's basically with the best possible opening you can get when you're just super turbocharged with Pumpkin Duke and Cupid. That's about as high as I can get mine with the current ability levels I have and whatnot, but I gotta say, they're working just fine for me. And I've got, you know, maybe 10, 11, 12 raids, something like that. Alright, well, here's Demigod, and this is one of 2 raids against Demigod, and what you're going to see here is this is just the raid the first time, and going to go ahead and open against that camp, use the GA there, the Frenzy, and then, well, Pumpkin Duke runs high, going to drop the Restoration right there. Watch the middle. Thunder God has a habit of proccing on hero bases and towers, and when he does, they're just gone. Now, just look at it. Did you see how quickly Thunder God was proccing over and over again? Right after this finishes, I'm going to show it and slow it down a bit and pay attention to the timer. And you'll see that Thunder God is just proccing over and over again, and it's the combination of Pumpkin Duke with, well, I mean, you get the boost with Cupid as well, but it's Pumpkin Duke and Thunder God. You can see the first proc. Well, Hero's gone. Well, there's a little revive on that AC. That's okay. Here's the second proc. You can see it's at 246, and the middle's gone after this one. 3 towers, 1 shot, just gone. And then we move down 41, 241 on that proc. The next one comes, I believe, at 238. Look at that. And then from 238, he's going to proc again at 236. That's insane. Well, Guardians, more Guardians. I'm loving it. Bring the Guardians out because, well, I'm going to tank with Pumpkin Duke all day long. When there are 2 camps, you got to use a GA. Just give it a second. Let him go ahead and buff twice maybe, and then throw the Frenzy and watch Thunder God destroy the middle. And then they just race around the corners. It's just amazing how Pumpkin Duke stacks. He is most definitely a must-have hero if you want to raid like crazy. This is power raid. You know, this is heroes on crack, heroes on steroids. I had never seen anything like it until Cupid, but I guess I really hadn't used Pumpkin Duke to tank. Now, here's a mistake, because you can see I waited to drop that GA a little too long, and I had to use the restoration there. And what's going to happen is I'm going to lose Pumpkin Duke early. When I lose Pumpkin Duke early, that buff stacking stops. And from there, well, I'm going to lose. Yeah, you see, I lose Spirit Mage in the middle. Thunder God's proc doesn't kill all the towers, doesn't kill Druid. Well, that's a fail. All right, well, if there's no troops out, what do I do? Well, I'm going to drop Cupid and Pumpkin Duke because I want them to get the buff started. And then I'll bring in the rest of the heroes so they all get that buff right when they come in. Gonna wait. Go ahead and let them get to the middle. Drop the GA as soon as they're picking up hero aggro. Drop the Frenzy, and then it's over. Because once Pumpkin Duke has had a chance to proc, along with Cupid's proc, and then you drop a Frenzy, which is plus 60% of attack speed, movement speed, it's just over. And another thing to remember with my Pumpkin Duke, he's got a 5-5 sprint. Little guy is fast. All right, well, we got Demigod again. And this time, Pumpkin Duke's going to take the low route. But it's going to be pretty much the same thing. He's just going to proc over and over again, and Thunder God's going to absolutely destroy the middle. And when he goes low, he's going to hit that second troop camp of Guardians. Going to throw the restoration there. He's just going to, look at the Celebrate. It's just going off and again and again and again. Unfortunately, I'm going to lose Pumpkin Duke here. But that's okay. You know, I'll take 1 hero loss. Not a problem. I'll take that all day. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up. Come on, come on, come on. All right. Got plenty more raids to go. And just a few different styles of raids. I absolutely love it. If you like to raid, these are the heroes. And I got to say, if you're thinking of a magic to level up, Frenzy. It is a level 5 Frenzy I'm using. And Frenzy really becomes effective at about level 5. Now, well, what do we got here? We got a bunch of Griffins. What am I going to do? I'm going to tank with Pumpkin Duke. What I'm trying to do is get as much aggro as I can. Both troop camps, towers, drop them, drop the GA, and when his health gets down there like that, go ahead and use the restoration early. Because when the GA ends, he's going to have pretty much no health, and he has a lot of aggro on him. But I used it early, he has enough health, Druid gets a few heals in there, and they just destroy the middle. When they come in all turbocharged like that, the middle's gone. And it's Thunder God's tendency to proc on the middle of the base, which is basically the hero bases, the towers. And when you get him revved up like that, he will destroy towers, hero bases, heroes with 1 proc. Here's a raid. This one was just fun. This is just like, okay, well, there's no troops. It's going to be an easy raid. I'm going to use Frenzy anyways, just because it's fun. But I'm just going to use the buildings in front to kind of get things turbocharged. I'm going to wait for Pumpkin Duke to proc that first time, drop the Frenzy. They come in, drop the GA right before they come into any contact with the heroes, and it's over. I probably didn't even need the GA there. And you can see that they're just going to wipe the base out. Now, Spirit Mage hits really hard too, but Spirit Mage has a tendency to proc on troops. Now, what do you know? More Guardians. This is like a, maybe 5 days worth of highlights from raiding. And I gotta say, it was a lot of fun. This one, watch how fast the heroes run around. And of course, Thunder God's gonna destroy the battle as usual. But there they go. Off to the races. And I mean, they're just flying through the buildings. I mean, that's just crazy fast. Lots of gold on this one too. Do I need a restoration? No, because Celebrate's chaining like crazy. That means Druid is chain healing. Pumpkin Duke basically has full life. while going through a whole camp of Guardians by himself. That camp of Guardians will take Pumpkin Duke out if you don't use a Restoration. Now, if you see only one camp like this, well, you can get away with just using a Restoration as opposed to using the GA right off the bat. You can see right there, drop them in, wait a second, because there's only one camp. Go ahead and use the Restoration, and let them get turbocharged, throw the Frenzy in, and then as soon as they get to the middle where they're going to take aggro from their heroes, just wait for it, there's the aggro from the heroes, drop the GA, and it's over. Because if you get 6 seconds when you're turbocharged like that, it's going to take one hell of a base to withstand it. Now, I got to say, Niggy's base can withstand it. It's hard to find a spot to really turbocharge in there, and I don't have that one yet. Not in this one. I will get it, though. I have 100%ed it with just heroes, no losses, but I wasn't recording at the time, unfortunately. All right, well, we're going to go ahead and finish this one up, and what do we got next? Oh, yeah. Good experience, too. Hey, what do you know? It's more Guardians. And again, this time, watch the heroes go off to the races. And we'll go ahead and just drop them on this side right over here. And remember, if there are 2 camps of Guardians, you're going to have to use GA. Get all the heroes in, drop GA as quickly as possible. If you try to use a Restoration, Pumpkin Duke will die. Wait for Pumpkin Duke to proc a couple times, throw in the Frenzy, and then you see the middle just get eaten alive. By timing that Pumpkin Duke with Frenzy, it's pretty much right before Thunder God procs the first time. And that way, Thunder God's proc has that plus 60% on the attack. That means towers are going to go, look how hard Druid hits that tower. That's just his regular attack. That is just nuts. Absolutely love the stacking, the buff stacking. All right, well, we got another one with Guardians. You know, basically, when I see Guardians and gold, well, I'm going to raid. Oh, no, it's frozen. No worries. It's going to go through. Pretty annoying, but that's okay. And it's about now. There we go. Get everybody in. Get that GA in because it's 2 camps. Just wait for it. Wait for it. Frenzy. And then you see Thunder God's proc. He didn't destroy that tower. But he got the next one. Extra stack from Pumpkin Duke's next Celebrate. And as you see, they just race around the bases. Go ahead and throw the Restoration in. Usually with Restoration, I'm not going to need it unless I don't get the GA in quick enough and Pumpkin Duke is low in health. Usually with the Restoration, I've got a minute and I can wait and just single out the heroes that might be going in the middle, take a little bit of aggro. But, alright, here we go. Well, we got 1 camp of Griffins. And I came in with Druid first because there really wasn't going to be enough with Pumpkin Duke. I didn't want to have to use magic right off the bat because having a wall to kind of turbocharge it works just as well. Drop the Frenzy right there, and then we got the GA for any hero that's going to be taking the aggro from the middle. Restoration for Pumpkin Duke, because he does like to run around the outside. He usually doesn't go to the middle. Usually, when I'm running a raid like this, I'll save that Restoration, drop it right on the troop camp, and hey, by the time I even finish that sentence, it's over. Whoa, okay, this one's a fail, but you're going to see the heroes move about as fast as I've seen him in a raid. And unfortunately, it's Thunder God's proc doesn't hit the center of the hero bases. If he did, it would have been game over. All right, now same, philosophy. Drop everybody in, GA, Frenzy. You see that first proc from Thunder God hits low, then it hits the Town Hall. It's not hitting the middle where I need it to. My heroes get there, but by that time, well, their Thunder God just procced all over me and ended my day. And that's pretty much going to be it right there at 50% for me. But, that's okay. We got another one. Oh, it's Kylie. Hey, Kylie, what's up? That's the Vice of Elite. And, well, a camp of Griffins works just as well. Pick a corner, drop your Pumpkin Duke, and they're off to the races again. All right, well, we're going to pick this right corner right here. And all you're going to need is a Restoration if it's just a camp of Griffins. And wait for it. That Frenzy gets in there, and they're off to the races. Save the GA. As soon as they get to the middle, Pumpkin Duke goes to the middle, but that GA's there. Look at Pumpkin Duke and Spirit Mage just gutting the middle, just the 2 of them. And Thunder God procking on the outside, flying down that line. Now, Thunder God has a 4 or 5 sprint, so, well, he moves pretty fast too. All right, well, this one's about to be wrapped up. Almost lose Pumpkin Duke there, but nah. Gonna go ahead and wrap that up. And most of the raids are between about 30-40 seconds. And that's really, really fast. And, well, what do you know? More Guardians! I absolutely love these Guardians, especially 2 camps together, because I get to do this. Drop that GA. Wait for that Frenzy now, right? No? Now. Okay, and you see Thunder God just gutting the middle. All 5 heroes run up. They're just running this race around it. Throw the GA right there, or the Restoration right there. Probably didn't need it. And gonna go ahead and start cleaning up the middle here. No problems. Watch Spear Mage just procking, ending everyone. Say, look at all the hero traps. Let's get. Oh no! Oh, Druid. That's okay. I'll take losing Druid. Not a problem. You know, Pumpkin Duke. It's all about starting off with them, tanking with them, and getting him to stack those buffs. All right, guys, that's it for this one. Next video will probably be a Let's Play. Sand7 out.